Hello world, Patricia O'Connor and Frida Reba Darcy here, and we are looking out on my sunny little balcony, and we have framed up my little Literati Japanese black pine, and I'm going to see if I can waddle back here into position. Today we're going to address a few things that I've been looking at on this little Literati tree. First of all, here you go, Frida. Here you go, baby. Right here. There you go. So what we're looking at is a Japanese black pine Literati. It needs a little bit of wiring work, and I'm going to do that today. But in order to properly film that, I have to have a multiple camera setup or break down and do a lot of edits. This isn't going to be my entire day. I'm going to do the wiring. I'll show you what I intend to do with the wiring, and it's not going to be anything so unbelievable that you necessarily have to be here. What we are here for is the good parts. The good parts being me and Frida, and a little bit of cornage cam to this tree. I have here a few tools, just an example of what I might need. I don't see myself using quite a bit of this. I probably won't use my scissors. Probably won't use these pliers a whole lot, or my needle nose. I might use my tweezers some, and I will be using these side cutters, my angled side cutters. So we're about to do some cornage, a little bit of cornage on this tree. When I got this thing, I love the look of it, the way it seems to just trade off, you know. But I was also wondering what decisions I would be making later on down the line. I kind of agree with the way this looks. It's got a nice sense of balance to it. However, when we look at this in the other, you know, it's almost like you kind of understand that little bit of sense of balance. And for that reason, it doesn't really click right off. That's a bar branch. And this is not going to get, this area right here is not going to get any smaller. It's already started a small, almost not noticeable, but you can kind of notice, inverse taper right in this area. And all of this is just going to get fatter. Also, we have a nice little junction here, a nice little three-way junction here. That's going to get big and not like, and there were several ways to go there if I were going to maybe do a little reduction. One thing I could do is possibly cut this and make this the new apex, or I could cut this and let that be the new apex, or I could cut this and have this be the new apex. And as far as wiring, if I were to keep this is one of the things that I would be pulling down and then putting wiring back up, along with these little guys and these little guys. I think the time to they probably were wired earlier. In fact, I'm pretty sure they were, but the wire was removed before it would bite in, and so now everything's trying to relax back out. It's a good time to address that. That would be what I'll be doing off camera. As far as that's concerned, I will show you on our next visit to everybody how that turned out. So yeah, I won't necessarily be doing that on camera. So even though I made this out to be some sort of decision process that we've got to work our way through, the reality is I had already made a decision as to which way we would be going on these guys. And we'll just take it one at a time. And so right now, the way it looks is, this is getting kind of fat. This is the smaller of the two. I'm gonna take this branch. We're about to be in for a change of apex and a rather large cut. I left my paste. Can I do it this way? Can I shoot between? No, don't do that. We can't do it this way though. So this guy is about to get cut. I think that got all of it. Tried to make a pretty clean cut. Also, where did he go? There's a spider web right here, and I did see our little spider hanging out there earlier today, and I wanted to be sure and take note not to send him sailing or to leave him. Oh, I see him. He's right over here. All right, you're welcome to stay. So I'm gonna take this piece of cornage with our spider, and I'm sorry I wrecked your habitat. I know the web, he made a really pretty Charlotte's Web looking web there. And now he's definitely having, or he's definitely having a what the hell moment. So I'm just gonna place this guy down here so that they can redo this however they want to. And then we've done our customary camera kick. That isn't too awful. I'll probably leave that at that and plug that hole with the cut paste that I left in the dining room. So yeah, I'll bribe the dog to hang out. So that leaves, this is our new apex. This could get a little bit more motion, and these guys need to dip down a little. I'm not seeing that as a problem. I'll probably do a little needle reduction too. That's why I had these guys. But it's also really important to keep moving and do what we're here to do while we're here to do it. Now, so we've got this branch here is our new apex. So from there, we then come down to the next where we have this bar branch. So one of these two guys should probably go, and I've thought about it a lot of different ways. One, I can see here that I was wondering, when I looked at the tree at auction, I was wondering, the person who did this seemed to really know what they were doing. They were being really careful. I don't see a lot of anything that I wouldn't want to see on this tree in the way of wire scars or anything like that. So they were putting their best foot forward on this. But I noticed this bar branch, and right off, kind of when I saw it on display, and I thought, well, this is a decision for a later time. And after looking at it, I can see a slight split right here where as they pulled this down, they saw a tear. That might have made this an insurance branch. They may have left that in case things didn't work out here. And on one hand, that was what the old guy did, and I'm not the old guy or gal. And I'm not them. So this is my tree on my watch, and also what the person before you was about to do may or may not have been right or wrong for the scenario that the tree is in the environment that the tree is in now. So we should probably take some of that into consideration. But we're the ones on the scene. This tree is on our watch, but having made a decision that one of these two guys has got to go, there's a back branch right here. This being the front, there's two back branches. So front, and then our apex, and then our front branch, our back branch, and then another forward branch. So if I take this one, I'm going to have two back branches. So that pretty much tells us which one of the two we're going to take. From a balance sense, that just totally makes, that just totally tells us which way. There wasn't a whole lot to really think about past that. Right, Frida? So the next to go, and I kind of put it that way because this is a pretty branch. It's the smaller of the two. And a lot of times that's like 1, it's a pretty branch. So we'll give that a +1. 2, it's the smaller of the two. So then let's say +2. But then having said that, this is us trying to remove it in 1 and I didn't. It was longer than I thought. Try to do that clean. Get in there. Okay. What did we do? No, that's okay. I'll turn it and let you see. It's exactly, I cut that to exactly the shape of the base of that branch. I wish I could read that. And that branch that had the little spider on it, I've got that laid. I don't think that's in frame. So I've got that laying at the base of the tree. They can relocate whenever they think the coast is clear, as they possibly think the coast is clear. And I'll leave that branch for a day or so until I notice that they've moved. Yeah, okay, I clean that up a little. All right, now there's nothing else that I'm going to hack off this tree. So for the rest of my leisure afternoon, this afternoon, I'm going to place a little bit of wire on these guys. Maybe tonight or this afternoon I'll do a short and show you, and we'll call it, it'll be a short, and I'll show it part 2 of the wiring I did. That keeps me from having to spend a lot of time editing. It doesn't matter the length of the shot. Some shots that I try to upload take forever. So editing would probably add days to my video drops, which it's just not all about that. We're a little run and gun here, but it's still very worthwhile. And I'm pretty excited. These are the changes that we put to the tree. I'm going to do a little rotate and show you what, move it to center so I don't get hit in the face by the tree. And then do a little. So that's kind of our guy. I'm doing this by foot. Yeah, that's our Literati Japanese black pine. We did a change of apex and removed a root. And like and subscribe if you guys have not already. I'm going to do another short this afternoon where I'll show you the finished work on this guy. And our next drop, other than that, we'll probably do our 2 or 3 drops that we normally do on the weekend. 1 or 2 with some substance and 1 or 2 shorts. And today we are in our 70s and everything is well and truly budding out. If I were going to show you a video of what trees look like whenever all these little bumps are well and truly raised, today would be the one to do that. However, by this weekend, I think we're back for another cold spell. I haven't heard anything within the 40s, so I think from here on out, it's just going to be warmer with a few little chilly hits in between, but they probably won't be enough to stop whatever spring has already sprung. Thank you so much for watching. I'm just going to waddle in frame there and turn off the camera.